What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been wanting to make a video talking about this for a long time. I just haven't I haven't told myself I was ready. But I figure, when am I ever gonna be ready? So today I wanted to overanalyze being an only child. I want to go through my own life, and I hope that by doing this, anyone who's an only child watching this can feel a little bit better, or you can understand only children a little bit better if you don't even think about it, because I feel like there's not, maybe just I feel like I personally don't meet that many only children, and when they tell me they're only children, I'm like, you're an only child? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh my god, me too. Ah! But let's get started, shall we? I biked today, and it feels great. You could see all my sweat. I got this new shirt from Lululemon, and I'm absolutely super happy with it because I don't have any workout shirts that are big like this, so this is so much better than wearing a freaking t-shirt. But so I want to talk about being an only child, and I want to analyze it a little bit, because growing up I was always really resentful towards my parents because I wish I had a sibling. And I grew up thinking that there was something completely wrong with me because I didn't have a sibling, because I didn't have anyone to guide me per se. That was the way I thought. And I begged and I cried, and I remember until I was 16 years old, I know, late. It really hurt me. I was grieving a sibling, but I've never had a sibling. But I felt like I was missing out. I felt like I didn't have an older sister to show me how to do my makeup or my hair, or how to talk to boys, or how to be friends with girls. Yeah, especially how to be friends with girls. I felt like I didn't have someone to show me how to do that. Or an older brother. I felt like I could have been so much cooler, and everyone who had a brother was just cool. That's how I looked at them growing up. They were just so much cooler than me because they had a brother. And family events and family vacations were so goddamn, I was always the only kid there. Well, family friend stuff. And I remember obviously I became really good at talking to adults. When I was a kid, you could leave me at the adult table, I would talk to all the adults, but talking to a kid my age was so freaking difficult. And that kind of stayed with me throughout middle school and high school a little bit. It was easier for me to talk to my teachers or the administration than it was for me to make friends my age. And obviously, in 6th grade, there's a kid talking to the teacher more than they're talking to kids. She's weird. I was weird. And I just really... A mix of it came from, low self-esteem. Some self-hatred towards myself. And a mix of it came with, but I always blamed it that I was an only child. That I was so weird. I was always so mad at my parents. I was always I can't believe you guys sure you don't want to give me a sibling? Whatever. Fast forward, I'm 20 years old now. I'm not going to have a sibling. I've come to terms with it. A lot of other... Wow, this is really cool. Can you see it? I'm why is it like that? Anyways, fast forward to now. A lot of the only children that I know, one of my best friends, actually, she's an only child. And I see a lot of similarities between me and her. But yeah, so now I'm here, and now I can see how I think it's affected me, like being an only child, and different ways. So now I kind of want to talk about how your relationship with your parents is different as an only child. I'm just gonna go over it. If anyone is watching this and like wants me to like talk more about this, I totally can, because I do think passionately about this topic. But for example, okay, parents. I grew up with two very loving parents. They have done everything for me, like everything. They've sacrificed everything, and I definitely am grateful for that, and I see that. But being an only child also means that you're your first kid for your parents, and my parents had me at the perfect age. They were completely ready to have me. They're like the perfect kid, like adults, like whatever. They had a lot of expectations towards me, or for me. They didn't know what to expect, and I think I have disappointed them in a lot of ways. They would never, or maybe they have admitted that, but they won't really say it anymore. But I know, like, I wasn't perfect, and I'm not perfect, and I caused them a lot of harm. But when you're an only child, you're your everything for your parents, and disconnecting from them is very difficult. For myself, it was really hard for me I had to like live life without my mom in the back of my head. And like, obviously they're my parents, like I'm gonna be thinking about them and stuff, but it was at times where I definitely should not need to be thinking about my mom. And it's times where at this age in my life, like, I should be making decisions solely based off of the things that I know and the lessons that I've learned. But I have found myself, and I still do sometimes, thinking what my mom would say if she was here right now, or whatever, just like, and all of this. Same thing with my dad. But I had to find a way to detach from it, because at the end of the day, like, they're gonna support me no matter what, but we're not always gonna agree. And I have to become my own person, and like, I cannot live my life thinking like, what would my parents want me to do, because I'm never ever gonna be happy, ever. And it took me a very long time to understand that, and to be okay with it and accept that. And my friend, who is also an only child, I see her, she's really attached to her parents, and like, if they get upset with her, you know, and all of that. And at 20, like, your parents are going to be mad at you for literally everything. So it's very important to detach and just find your own self, because when you have a sibling, that's the thing. When you have a sibling, like, let's say you're the oldest, your parents have you, and then you get older, but then they have another kid. So they have to worry about this kid, you know? And there's two of you, or three. And when you're younger, like you're the younger sibling, like, your parents have already been through this, you know? They're not as up your ass. But when you're an only child, they're up your ass. And yeah, personally, it's incredibly difficult to be able to become your own person. Just because, like, at home, the only other people who are at your house are your parents. Like, they're supposed to be telling you what to do. You don't have another person your age trying to figure out life. So it's so fucking, like, it's like, whatever. And personally, I've always felt incredibly alone. On one hand, it's allowed me to become very safe. I mean, very capable of doing things by myself. Like, I just went on it's been almost 14 miles, but by the time I get home, it'll be like 19 miles bike ride. And by myself. And I actually prefer to do this by myself. I prefer to go shopping by myself. But That's the thing. It's made me too much about myself. But my other friend, I had trouble making friends. But my other friend who's an only child, she has a lot of friends. So I guess it also is like the type of person you are. But just, and yeah, I've always been super jealous of that bond like sisters have or brothers have, or sisters and brothers and all of that. It's like bro, they're your day one. Like they're your ride or die. Like obviously my parents mean the world to me, you know, but they're my parents. You know, there's nothing like a sibling bond. But yeah, I guess that at the end of the day, no matter what, I am the person who I am, and all my experiences have helped me become this person. But sometimes I do think about, or I used to, I just didn't want to talk about this. I used to think about a lot, like how different, how much, I thought like how much better would I be if I had siblings. Ultimately, I might be worse. I might have been worse. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know how to, or I'm not used to doing a lot of things, but obviously with time, my friends, and like other stuff and whatever. But just know that I will have at least 2 kids. Kids, if you're watching this, I won't put you through that. And overall, if you're an only child and you love it, good for you. If you're an only child and you don't like it, follow me, and I'll be your older sister, and we can talk about it. But yeah. And you know how some people are like, oh, I can tell you're an only child. Like, what does that even mean? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love attention. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I was squeezing my nose, and so now it's red. I look like Rudolph. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. It's Sunday today, right as I'm filming this. Maybe I'll post this today. Maybe I'll post this tomorrow. Maybe I'll never post this. Who knows? Love you guys. Yeah.